Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live with less? To strip away the excess and focus on the essential? This is the question that brings us to the doorstep of a lifestyle philosophy known as minimalism. The word itself may conjure images of stark white walls, sparse furniture, and a lifestyle devoid of anything but the barest essentials. But in truth, minimalism is so much more than an aesthetic. It's a philosophy, a mindset, and for many, a way of life. Minimalism is about making deliberate choices. It's about choosing to live with less, yes, but it's not about deprivation. Rather, it's about removing the distractions and clutter that keep us from truly appreciating and experiencing life. It's about focusing on the essential and eliminating the rest. The beauty of minimalism lies in its simplicity. It's about recognizing that more isn't always better. In fact, too often, more is just more. More stuff to clean, more stuff to organize, more stuff to stress over. Minimalism asks us to challenge this notion that more is better, and instead to find joy and fulfillment in less. In our increasingly cluttered world, minimalism is gaining traction. It's becoming a beacon for those who are tired of the constant pressure to have more, do more, be more. It's a call to slow down, to simplify, to breathe. But minimalism isn't just about the physical stuff. It's also about reducing mental and emotional clutter. It's about letting go of the things that don't serve us, whether that's an overflowing closet or a toxic relationship. It's about making space, not just in our homes, but in our minds and hearts as well. So is minimalism about giving up everything? No, far from it. It's about finding out what's truly important to you and making space for that. It's about quality over quantity. It's about living intentionally, with purpose and focus. Minimalism isn't about giving up everything. It's about making room for what truly matters. Imagine a life with less stress, less distraction, less waste. Sounds appealing, doesn't it? Let's delve deeper into the world of minimalism, a lifestyle that advocates for less to gain more. First, let's talk about time. We've all heard the phrase, time is money. But in a minimalist lifestyle, time is much more than that. Time is freedom. By decluttering our lives, we free up time otherwise spent on maintaining, organizing, or worrying about our possessions. This newfound time can be used to pursue passions, spend with loved ones, or simply relax. Next, we have freedom. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of physical clutter, it's about eliminating mental clutter too. We're talking about the freedom from the modern-day pressures to always want more, to constantly upgrade, to keep up with the Joneses. By focusing on what's truly important, we liberate ourselves from these societal pressures and gain the freedom to live life on our own terms. Peace of mind follows suit. With less clutter in the physical and mental space, we reduce stress and anxiety, leading to a calmer, more serene state of mind. It's like decluttering your room and realizing how much easier it is to breathe and think clearly. Financial health is another significant benefit. By choosing quality over quantity, we make thoughtful purchases that last longer and serve us better. This not only saves money in the long run, but also promotes sustainable consumption. Then we have relationships. Minimalism helps us focus on human connections rather than material possessions. By prioritizing people over things, we cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships. Lastly, minimalism can lead to a more fulfilling life. With less distractions, we can focus on what truly matters to us, whether that's family, career, hobbies, or personal growth. We become more present in our lives, more engaged with our experiences, and ultimately more content with our existence. With minimalism, you get more by having less. It's about quality, not quantity. So, how does one embrace minimalism? Is it about living in an empty room with just a mattress and a lamp? Let's unpack this. Minimalism, at its core, is a personal journey. It's about creating space to breathe and to think. It's about finding joy in less, rather than feeling burdened by more. But let's be clear, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to empty your house and live with bare necessities. Instead, think of minimalism as a spectrum. Some may feel content with fewer possessions, while others may find their sweet spot somewhere in the middle. The key is to find what works best for you, and to respect that each person's approach to minimalism will differ. Now, let's delve into some practical ways to adopt minimalism. First on the list, decluttering. We've all been there, surrounded by piles of stuff we don't need, use, or even like. Start small, perhaps with a single drawer or shelf. Discard items that no longer serve a purpose or bring joy. As you progress, you'll likely find the process liberating and even addictive. Next, conscious consumption. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this? Often we buy things out of habit or on impulse. By being mindful about what we bring into our lives, we can reduce clutter and waste and appreciate the items we do have. Lastly, simplifying routines. Whether it's your morning routine or your workout regime, look for ways to streamline. This doesn't mean cutting out important activities, but rather identifying what truly adds value and focusing on those. Remember, minimalism isn't about stripping life down to the bare bones, but about making intentional choices to clear away the excess and focus on what truly matters. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. Remember, minimalism isn't a destination, it's a way of life. But minimalism is more than just a physical decluttering. It's a mindset, a shift in perspective. It's about taking a step back and asking ourselves what truly matters. It's about understanding that our worth isn't tied to our possessions, but rather to our experiences, our relationships, and our ability to live in the present. Imagine a life where you're not constantly chasing after the next big thing. Instead, you're content with what you have, and you find joy in the simple things. This is the essence of the minimalist mindset. It's about valuing experiences over possessions. Think about it. When you look back on your life, what will you remember? The shiny new car you bought 5 years ago, or the road trip you took with your friends, the laughter you shared, the memories you created. The minimalist mindset urges us to prioritize the latter. It encourages us to seek fulfillment not in objects, but in experiences and relationships. But how can we achieve this mindset? It starts with letting go. Letting go of the idea that more is always better. Letting go of the fear of missing out. Letting go of the need to keep up with the Joneses. Next, it's about living intentionally. Every decision, every purchase, every commitment should align with your values and contribute to your overall well-being. Finally, it's about living in the present. It's about not allowing the past to weigh you down or the future to cause you anxiety. It's about appreciating the here and now, fully immersing yourself in every moment. This shift in perspective can lead to mental clarity and focus. It's like decluttering your mind. You're no longer overwhelmed by unnecessary thoughts and worries. You're able to concentrate on what's truly important. Minimalism is the path to finding peace in a noisy world. It's a journey, not a destination. It's about continuously questioning what matters, making conscious decisions, and living a life that truly reflects your values. So embrace the minimalist mindset and see how it transforms your life. The power of less is truly transformative. It's about living intentionally, with purpose and focus. So, what does this look like in real life? Let's take a look at some inspiring stories. There's John, a successful businessman who always felt like something was missing. He had a house full of expensive stuff but felt empty inside. One day he decided to donate most of his possessions and live a minimalist lifestyle. The result? He found a sense of peace and satisfaction that he'd never experienced before. His life became more about experiences and less about possessions. Then there's Anna, a single mother who was constantly stressed out by the clutter in her home. She decided to adopt minimalism, getting rid of unnecessary items and organizing what was left. The result? She found that with fewer things to worry about, she had more time to spend with her children, and her stress levels significantly decreased. These stories are not isolated incidents. There are countless other examples of people who have discovered the transformative power of less. And it's not just individuals, but our society as a whole that can benefit from this shift in mindset. Imagine a world where we value experiences over possessions, where we prioritize quality over quantity, where we understand that having more doesn't necessarily mean being happier. This is the potential of minimalism. It's about creating a culture that values simplicity and intentionality. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about making room for what truly matters. It's about freeing up mental space so you can focus on your passions, your relationships, your well-being. It's about realizing that you don't need to fill your life with things to feel fulfilled. As we wrap up, remember this. The power of less isn't about denying yourself. It's about making conscious choices, about choosing to live with less so you can live more. Minimalism isn't about sacrifice, it's about finding joy and fulfillment in less.